Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Today we continue our series of seeing how some of the DLC weapons hold up in the base game of Elden Ring. So, for today's video, we have a build request for the Barbed Staff Spear. If there are any DLC weapons or builds you would like to use in future playthroughs, feel free to comment them down below. Once our character is made and we made it to Limgrave, I go ahead and give myself all the items needed for the build and then get started gathering smithing stones and a couple extra items for the future. With 29 levels and a +2 weapon, I decided it was time to take on Margit and Godric. Alright, here we go. I have high hopes for this weapon. I feel like later in the game, though, it is going to fall off just because it is a holy weapon. And most holy weapons, like most bosses, have a lot of holy damage negation. And this one does a lot of holy damage. But I guess we'll see. Apparently, the Ash of War causes bleed. Really? I'll be honest, these guys aren't really doing anything. Okay. Uh-oh. Kind of throwing. What? Thought we hit that. What are the... I never looked to see what these guys are supposed to do. They're currently being useless. I am glad you can, like, almost cancel that. Oh, there's the massive bleed. Alright, not bad. I wouldn't say it's like anything crazy at the moment, but I mean, it wasn't bad. All right, here we go. I need to reorganize some of these spells. Can I... There we go. Why does it only hit like 3 times? Well, there's a bleed. Time to run. No, it won't let me. Oh, there we go. Alright, he's kind of getting cooked, I'm not gonna lie. Stack up that bleed. I'm gonna try and point blank, like, Asher War him. See if it does anything. No, not really. I don't know why I jumped. Always. Alright, maybe this is a little dumb. Dude, I'm gonna be real though. The Asher War is very, like, underwhelming. Because you're basically shooting a machine gun, but you only hit, like, 2 of the 3. Or 2 or 3 out of, like 10. You know what I mean? So, I don't know. Maybe it gets better once we upgrade the weapon, but so far, not a fan of the Asher War. It is cool, though. With Godric defeated, we make our way into Liurnia Lakes, where we gather a couple more weapon upgrades, as well as take on the Red Wolf and Renala. Alright, here we go. Shouldn't be too bad, I would assume. Oh, that does some damage. He's gonna bleed soon. Why is he not bleeding? I don't think he'll stand still long enough for this to hit him. Oh my god. Okay then. I was not expecting that to do that much damage. I'm gonna be honest with you. Alright. I'm not gonna pop the spirit ashes yet, and I'm not gonna use the flask. Okay. Excuse me. Okay. Perfect. He's at me. Oh. Can you go away, man? Why are you still here? That was almost not good. Summon, I'm gonna need you to do a little bit more, man. That scared me a little bit. Why me? Yeah. Okay. It has to be close to bleeding, right? Really? Please, let me target her. Oh, I'm cooked. Don't do this to me. There we go. Got me worried there for a minute. I'm gonna be real. The summons aren't that great, you know. Not really contributing to society at the moment. With Renala defeated, we make our way towards the capital where we get our weapon to a +9, as well as take on the Tree Sentinel, Goldfree, Radon, and finally, Morgott. Alright, here we go. Shouldn't be too difficult, I would assume. Oh, that's doing some damage. Okay. I really like this incantation. Oops. Time to go. Alright, so okay, so they're both dead. Alright. It's honestly not that bad. I figured... You know, I thought it was going to be a lot worse. But those guys can actually... The Spirit Ashes give me a chance to actually get incantations off and get the Ash War off. Which I will take it, you know? They don't do a lot of damage. They are quite... honestly, quite tanky. And they're not really that great at pulling aggro. But when they do, it gives me a chance to back up and, you know... go through a cycle of all the incantations in the Ash of War, which I'm a big fan of. So pretty good, not bad. Alright, for this fight, we're not going to pop anything. We're just going to just get in here and get it done. Because, for one, I think this guy might have the second most holy damage negation. Maybe not. Okay. Yo, I love that this Ash of War and this incantation is this quick. Well, this will... oh my god. Alright then. Ignore everything I said. Alright, here we go. So, the problem with this fight is we can't use our Spirit Ashes, which, in my opinion, kind of stinks. But it is what it is. So hopefully we can kill him quickly. I don't know. A few of the bosses, I don't know what their holy damage negation is. I know the last two for sure, as in like Radagon and Elden Beast are very high. Other than that, I'm not really too sure. Can I... Might just have to spam this. I did some damage. Ouch. Well. That was close. Well, it's over. Not bad, actually. Like, it did a lot more damage than I thought it was gonna do. Not even like the giant golden arch, just like our normal attacks. We're doing a lot of damage. Alright, here we go. Shouldn't be too difficult, I wouldn't think. But somehow I find a way to make a lot of these fights difficult. Rude. Oh my god. No. I want to use the Astral War a little bit more. It's always the bleed at the end, man. Yeah, not bad. It did pretty good. With Morgott defeated, we make our way into the mountaintops of the Giants, where we max out our weapon and boss rush the rest of the game. Alright, here we go. I don't think the Spirit Ashes are worth popping. Maybe second phase. Other than that, I don't really see a use for them. Okay. Ouch. What are we doing, man? He's rolling again! Okay. That was a bleed. He's really close. There we go. I guess I'll pop it. Okay, we're rolling. How fun. Yep, that's sick. This is terrible. Kind of have to pop that. He's low. Wait, what? Oh my god. Yeah, it's I feel like it could have been better. But I can't really judge it too harshly just because I don't know what he was doing at the beginning. That I've never seen him do that before. Okay. Okay, well, no sleep pots didn't work, so we are just going to sleep them and then hopefully bleed them. We'll get the skinny one first. Okay. That's not what I meant to do. Okay, should just be one more. I'll tank this. Heal. I'm gonna throw a heavy in here. All right. All right, here we go. I know Malekith has a lot of holy damage negation, but I don't think it's gonna matter just because his HP is, like, his pool is not very high. But I guess we'll see. I gotta get away from there. Oh, that was at me. gonna be honest. I think this would be 100 times easier if, like, I could just fight him straight up. Oh. I just might cook him right here. Oh, never mind. I barely hit him. Or reached him, I should say. Anime move. That was close. Oh. I forgot this weapon does bleed, I'm not gonna lie. I mean, yeah, the final boss is gonna be a problem. I can just already see it. Alright, I don't really know how this is gonna go. I don't even know if we can get... I don't know.
And here you'd come to stand before the Elden, to become Elden Lord. It's a sad state of affairs. I commend your spirit, but alas, none shall take the throne.
Okay.
But we continue to struggle.
Really? What? Okay, well, this is, Don't do this to me. I'm gonna heal. I'm scared. Alright. Well, we just needed the distraction. It actually tanked quite a bit, too. Alright. I think second phase is when we pop the spirit ashes and the physic flask. I think then is when we pop it. But for the first phase, I think we cook him. Like, I think it's incredibly easy to cook him. Oh, let's get stamina back. Oops. be a bleed soon. This should bleed him. Oh, there we go. He's gonna jump in the air. Uh-oh. Okay. I don't know if this reaches. Oh, it does. Okay. I don't know what we're gonna do for... I don't know what we're gonna do for the next boss. That's sick. Why is it two-tapping me? Okay. Oh, that's... Okay. Yep. Yep. Why, man? Hey, later, dude. I don't know if I can pop these now. I'm gonna try. All right. He has to be close to stunning. No. What? I don't know how to dodge that. I think it's over. How, man? All right, we're good. There we go. I'm gonna be honest. We got really, really lucky. I feel like most runs with weapons that aren't that great come down to RNG when it comes to the Elden Beast. Because we got a lot of melee, like he did a lot of melee attacks on us. So therefore, we're able to dodge them because they're probably the easiest thing to dodge in the entire game. And he didn't do too many moves that were like, really, dude, like, are we serious? So yeah. When it comes to the weapon, I am a fan, but I'm not a huge fan. Most holy weapons I'm not a fan of, just because, you know, I don't understand why they made the game and then decided to put a bajillion holy weapons in the game, but then make the last like 3 or 4 bosses almost immune to holy damage. Like, some of the coolest weapons in the game are holy, but they're just not, they're not that great, because they're like, this weapon, for example, does primary holy damage. And this, like, this last boss, like, we were stomping, like, we were destroying everything. And then, like, if Malekith had a larger health pool, it would have took us twice as long to do that one. I understand for, like, lore reasons why they're, like, really immune to holy, but I mean, come on, man. Really? Like, my incantations are basically useless. My Astral War is useless just because the final couple bosses just take 0, like, they just have a bunch of holy damage negation. It doesn't make any sense, but other than the final boss and the few that have like high resistance to holy, I am a fan of this weapon. I think it looks pretty cool. Is this reminds me of the Frenzied Flame Lord's weapon, the Sword of Damnation. It reminds me of that. The Astral War is cool. I'm not a fan of how we shoot like 20 of these things and only 3 or 4 of them, maybe 5 or 6, if you're standing inside of an enemy, can hit them. I don't really understand that. I'm very confused on why this weapon also causes blood loss buildup. Like, from the look of the weapon, yeah, it makes sense, but at the same time, it's like, really? Really? I mean, it's only 55, but still. I am not a fan of this weapon scaling so heavily in faith. I understand why it does, but I feel like that ties into the holy damage negation of the other bosses. Like, I'm pretty sure in the DLC, most of the bosses are basically immune to holy damage. Not like completely, but like how the Elden Beast is. But anyways, I am a fan of the weapon. I think it's fun. It's cool. It has a very long reach. Heavy attack, not a fan of it. Light attacks, big fan of. Jumping attacks, big fan of. What else? So the reason I have 2 different talisman here is because if you guys look at the build request, only these 2 were requested, and I kind of just substituted 2 in. I would assume I wasn't only supposed to use these 2, so I just substituted some stuff in. I went Ritual Sword Talisman just because we were going to be sitting back a lot, not doing much other than spamming spells. Sacred Scorpion Charm, that's just an obvious one. But I went with these 2 at the end just because, we're not doing holy damage. Elden Beast, it's kind of hard to stay up 100% HP the entire way through. When it comes to the... I don't even know how to look at spells. Okay. Spyra. It's whatever. I'm gonna be honest with you, it's kind of just whatever. Not the biggest fan. Like, it's not terrible, but not the greatest. I am a huge fan, though, of Giant Golden Arch. Or Arc, or whatever. I think this is really good. You can cast this. This casts so quickly that you can just get these off in the middle of, like, fighting 90% of the bosses without having to, like, back up and then cast it, you know what I mean? So, this I am a huge fan of. This one, I mean, it's just whatever. It doesn't really matter whether I had this or not. I didn't use it that much. I probably should have used it a little bit more. Spiral tree seal. I mean, it is what it is. It's just used to cast our incantations. These guys, in terms of like combat power, I don't really care for these dudes. I'm gonna be honest with you. They're more of just like fodder. You know, just distract the enemy. Let me cast my incantations and my Ash of War, and then you guys can just go ahead and die. Give me the buff, and then I just get in there and finish the job. They don't do a lot of damage. I think they heal. They heal or buff you if you're close enough to them. I could be wrong about that. Not really sure. I didn't really read up on these guys. But yeah. Other than that, it was a fun build. Thank you for the build. Yeah, thanks for watching. Peace.